What's up, guys? We got to talk about the Utah Jazz. And for me personally, I think they should split up Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Now, before I get into it, I do want to be fair. And I want to be fair to both Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. I feel like either on one side or the other. You're pro Donovan Mitchell, pro Rudy Gobert. I feel like that's where a lot of people are at. And before, I was more on the Donovan Mitchell side of things, but kind of looking at things objectively. I think there are issues on both sides, and that's why both of them do need to split, and one's gonna have to go. Now, there was a rumor that was kind of going around this week that Rudy Gobert was saying to the Jazz either gonna be him or me, referring to Donovan Mitchell, and that he felt like his production was still there, but Donovan Mitchell was kind of slipping a little bit, and his defense wasn't there. And I will admit, and I'll show the tweet up on the screen, that came from a retired UFC fighter, so I'm not going to take that too seriously as of right now. Could be true, could not, but I'm just going to pass that off to the side. So it's very weird, the predicament the Jazz are in, because 2 years ago, the Jazz were number one in the West, and they just had a big collapse. They lost to the Clippers without Kawhi, and these rumors between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert kind of been that they have some sort of rift has been going on for a while now. And now you look at the Jazz, now they fell to the 5th seed after being one last year, and they lose in the first round to the Mavs. And when you look at the first two games of this series, they split without Luka Doncic being there. So is that a point with the Jazz? I think something needs to change. Most likely, Quinn Snyder is going to be the first to go. I'm surprised that move hasn't been made already. I expect that within the next coming days to weeks, or if they decide just to wait till the playoffs end. And that brings me to the superstars. So one of them is going to have to go. And when you look at, I get Rudy Gobert's side of things, where a lot of people will say, well, he can't play in these small ball lineups. He's exposed him. And I believe that's true. When you stretch him out, you get him outside the paint, he's not deep as a player he is normally. I actually agree with that take. But on the other end of things, the Jazz perimeter defense as a team is just bad, and there's no other way to put it. The Jazz are a team that can get hot, they can hit a lot of threes, but the perimeter defense is lacking, and that includes their other star, Donovan Mitchell. So I kind of get both sides of Rudy Gobert, the people who love him, the people who hate him. I kind of get both sides of it, if I'm being honest. So I believe the Jazz have really two options here. They can either build around Donovan Mitchell and really get spacing around and go more with a small ball or a stretch big lineup that they can do, or they can go build around Rudy Gobert and get guards who actually can defend and really establish a defensive identity. I believe the Donovan Mitchell option is probably the better option. And here's the thing with Rudy Gobert is he's not going to go score 20-25 typically. He's not going to dominate in the low post offensively. And we look at the other centers in the game, look at what DeAndre Ayton's doing now, how he's dominating in the low post, and now he's developed that jumper. You look at Jokic and what he's doing. We look at these other bigs that will dominate in the low post, and Joel Embiid, who I can't believe I just forgot. But when you look at these guys who dominate in the low post, Rudy Gobert is just not that guy. And I believe that holds him back when you talk about top center in the game, and the center is getting paid max dollars as well. So I believe the Jazz should build around Donovan Mitchell. They should get spacing around him, kind of doing what the Mavs are doing with Luka to a certain extent. And I think they should go that route. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'm interested to see how you guys feel about the Jazz. But I think it's time that maybe some restructuring should happen with this franchise.